I keep getting asked, and of late you hear a lot of people associating love with pain. They speak about breakup, they speak about heartbreak, and you also have people coming to you and saying, every single time I've fallen in love, I've ended up with pain. And love is a universal emotion, right? But then what we fail to understand is this universal emotion is the most misunderstood word, love. It's a subjective reality for us. For me, when I hear this word love, like most of us, it's my mom and dad who comes to my mind. I still remember as a young child, I used to go to my grandmother's house during summer vacation. And at that time, wherever there are these marriages, right, my parents used to take me along and attend those weddings. And my mother had motion sickness. So Kerala, it's very weird because, the weddings are pretty straightforward and they just finish it off in 2 hours. It's not these long processions and all that. So it's pretty much straightforward kind of an affair. It's very interesting because people would go, they would wish the bride and the groom, and then they would immediately go to the lunch hall. They'll finish their lunch and then they'll head home or to the next wedding. And my mother, she would often struggle with this because after lunch, for her to immediately board a bus or something would mean, getting stuck with motion sickness. So she had kind of devised a strategy. Just when my father looks out for her for having lunch, she would just abscond the scene and she would find some cousin, some aunt, some great grandmother, and she would end up spending time with them, talking and all this. And my father would keep searching for her. And this is something that she would do as a ritual. She finishes lunch and then she would abscond. She would go to meet people, talk to them, what according to my father was like, wasting so much of time sort of an approach. And then finally, after a long time, like almost after 2 hours of searching for this woman, he would find her standing and talking to someone. And he would go, animating to her like, you come, it's getting late, we need to go. And she would be like, yeah, I'm coming. It would be very interesting. He would drag her out and he would be like, we missed all the buses. Now I'll have to take a rickshaw or something. And she would smile. And he would keep yelling at her. And I think I was like 11 years old or something. And I remember that he was scolding her because we missed the bus, which was the wedding bus, right? Everybody went and we had to go separately by a rickshaw. And my dad was yelling at my mom. And then we had to cross the road to find a rickshaw for ourselves. He's yelling at her and then he holds her hand. And then he's pulling her. He's still yelling at her. But he holds her hand and then he's animating to the vehicles, wait, and helping her cross the road. And I'm dangling to my mother's little finger and I'm just watching this whole thing. And for me, that entire moment was magical because I could just see, how kind love can be, how patient love can be, and how human love can be. I don't understand how we ended up complicating such simple pleasures in life. And I would only blame technology for it, including this silly, strange video that I'm using technology to broadcast. I think to love is to find these little magical moments of pleasure, of assurance, of hope, of an opportunity where you can accept another person with their flaws. So I think love is not something which is, cutting off everything else. It's not about choice. It's not about all these things. I think love is the decision you make in spite and despite of all logical reasons. So if you're looking for love, you need to find those magical moments. You don't have to take everything on face value, the yelling or anything. There are subtlety to life. And if you are sensitive enough to pay attention, my friend, there's still hope. There's all the love in the world waiting to knock your doors.